Hello and welcome to Nights the Hobby Table. I'm your host Blake here with my wonderful co-host Oblerone. How are you, buddy?
I am Oblerone.
Like a Toblerone, but without the T.
Exactly. I dropped my T somewhere.
Exactly. This is really weird. I feel like we've done this recently. Are we here for something different than normal? Like, this doesn't feel like a normal big episode once a month. What is this?
Yeah. How about we change it up a little bit and do maybe a big episode and a shorter episode instead?
Ooh, what's that? The last episode being called Resurgence wasn't just a title? Wham bam! Let's go, motherfuckers. This is a bonus episode.
Yeah.
Obi, what are we going to be talking about today, brother?
How about we take this bonus episode and explore something back from our childhood days? Let's talk about some handheld consoles, maybe?
Oh, right. I was going to say extreme poverty. But yeah, cool. Sounds good.
Poverty. Oh no.
Sounds good.
Flashbacks coming back. Oh no.
Helicopters and shit. Nah, I never seen a helicopter when I was a kid unless it was the police.
With the searchlights.
Yeah. The polar coming to put it on me.
Oh no, here we go
funny.
again.
Oh shit, here we go again. Nah, for real though, we thought today it would be a really good chance to talk about one of the best handheld gaming consoles, and most collectible, the Game Boy Advance. So, strap in, strap on, and strap down. Y'all gonna get fucked.
What if I'm already two out of those?
Well, then, I'm not wearing pants, so I think we're primed.
Good. So you're strapped on then at least.
Brother, I'm double strapping. Let's go.
Oh no.
You know what the funniest thing is? I swear people probably think that, like, we write these jokes, but no, that is just how we are. Like, your face just saying, because you had no idea I was going to be that vulgar, was hilarious.
Oh man.
I didn't even know I was going to be that vulgar until it came out.
It's so unscripted. Oh, we need cameras for this just because the reaction would be so real.
People could just watch me chugging a Pepsi Max and stroking my beard for the time.
And me stroking my face with a pencil brush.
Me twirling my knife around.
Oh no.
Yeah, cool, man. So do you want to tell people what the fuck a Game Boy Advance is for the uninitiated? Because, I don't know if you know this, this is going to make you feel really old. We have listeners that listen to our podcast that were not born when the Game Boy Advance came out.
Yeah. I think I know one of them at least. Not pointing
Norky
fingers.
wouldn't have been.
Yeah. Well,
No
okay.
way
You
Norky
pointed
was
it.
born. I pointed it.
Yeah, you pointed.
I'm sure he knows what one is. I'm not discrediting him. He's a smart lad. But I'm just saying, like, not everyone's going to know.
Yeah, but the Game Boy Advance, like I mentioned a little bit before, is a handheld console that's been released just in 2001. And its main goal was to replace the Game Boy Color. I mean, it's a big shoe to fit with that one. But
big fucking shoe. Game Boy Colors were the best.
For real. And they came in two different versions. The original Game Boy Advance, which is more of a longer one with buttons. If you have the Game Boy Color, would be a long one. The Game Boy Advance would be a broad one instead, with the
horizontal held one.
With the screen between your fingers.
I guess the best way to describe it is it's the same format as a Switch, but smaller.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So, like, screen in the middle, buttons each side of it, bumpers on top.
Exactly. And then you had the second version, that was the Game Boy Advanced SP, for, I guess, special. And this one was a little bit more unique, because it had, like, back in the day, that time, it was actually all the rage to have things with flip screens. You remember the phones that came
100%.
out? That era, it was also
Yeah.
flip phones and everything. So the looks of this one, it kind of resembled a very tiny laptop.
Yeah. I think the best thing about those Game Boy SPs though is they solved a really major problem that previous Game Boys had, and that was not only by by flipping, not only did it fit in your actual pocket much easier,
Yeah,
but the screen was also protected whilst it was in your pocket.
yeah,
So as long as you didn't break it, as long as you weren't it wasn't taking impacts or whatever, it was sweet. Whereas you put a Game Boy Color in your pocket to go to your friend's house when you're a kid, and the screen gets all scratched up just from being against fabric too long, rubbing, you know. And it just didn't happen to the SPs, which I always appreciated because I'm really hard on stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Was the SP not the first one that I also had a lit screen?
It was. We'll totally get to that actually.
Oh.
In a second. But yeah, the other cool thing about it, being a like Obi says, like a tiny little laptop. What's really sick about it, to explain, is basically a 32-bit console, which in old-timey graphics, it's basically like Super Nintendos. Were basically that. Well, actually, I think they were a 16-bit, but it was very cool. You could play all those cool games that you really liked on Super Nintendo on this thing. That was the pinnacle of sprite graphics, that sort of 32-bit era before it switched to 3D. So anything 2D or whatever, that was the pinnacle, and obviously it's better on a TV screen, but to have that in your pocket was so damn fucking cool.
Yeah.
So yeah. Cool. So I'll let you ask the next one. You can ask me.
What sets this console apart from the Game Boy Color then, really?
Alright, so number one thing is, like I said, 32-bit console, better graphics. Other cool shit too though, on the Game Boy Advance SP particularly, I can't remember if the original Game Boy has it, the Game Boy Advance, because honestly I've never owned one. But the SP had a fucking rechargeable battery. Right? Which is cool as hell. Yeah. Cool as hell. And it had a backlit screen. So for the first time, you could play at night.
Yeah.
Without a stupid light over top. You could just hang out in bed for half an hour, trading up your Pokemon before bedtime. It was the dopest shit as a kid. Yeah.
I remember, didn't that rechargeable battery have a really weird adapter as well?
Yeah, yep. It's basically the link cable style adapter from the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
It's rectangular, I guess, and then it has on one surface it has a
the divots,
triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It is weird, but yeah.
Really.
But yeah, so the other cool thing they had as well, they had extra buttons.
Yeah.
They had shoulder buttons, so right and the left. And they had a volume slide or whatever, but the other cool thing is they had a charge port and a link cable.
Yeah.
So you could be charging while you're linked up to your buddy battling, which is super cool.
Was there also an audio jack on that one?
No, there wasn't. Definitely not on the SP. I can't remember if there was on the normal handheld, but the SP did not have one.
Yeah, no, okay.
Yeah, which was unfortunate, but just how it goes.
Yeah.
Can't have everything.
But these backlit screens, if you prefer the Game Boy Color, these backlit screens are often used to retrofit into the Game Boy Color, right?
No, actually they're different.
Okay.
So, so we'll get into it a little bit, getting a little nerdy here, but so the way the screen works with the Game Boy Advance is actually a little bit different. So they have two types. If you look on the back little thing, on the little label, some of them will be AGS 101, and some of them will be AGS 001. Now, I'm pretty sure from memory, it's the 101 you want, not the 001. I can't remember which way it is, but basically, one of them is far nicer than the other screen. But
Okay.
a very common mod is to put basically the fucking backlit ones that you can put in the Game Boy Color. They make those for the Game Boy Advance, and they look much better.
Oh, okay.
They have 2 or 3 different types now. That go in the Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember the name of them.
Because that's kind of what I thought, that they actually ripped them from the Game Boy
Advances. So they're actually a little bit different. So you can get an IPS screen in there, which is like what you put in the other ones. But the standard SPs, I believe they worked in a similar way to shining a light onto a screen.
Yeah.
Like, it was still backlit, but it was just weird. If you, like, angle the screen and look down, you can see a little bar of light there.
Yeah.
So they weren't quite the same as the mods, but you know what? For the time, they were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal little things, man.
Oh, man.
And I remember actually using them as a torch.
Yeah,
like,
really
you need
bright.
to go to the toilet at night.
Yeah.
Yep, need to go to the toilet at night. Don't have a phone because you're, 12. It's 2001. And you just flick that fucker and you got like a little beam, to protect yourself from all the monsters and shit.
Help me, Goku! Guide the way.
Exactly.
Oh.
Save me, Kakarot! Yeah, sweet. Honestly, man, like, one reason to collect them for me is they are by far my favorite handheld. Like, especially the SP. I love the Game Boy Colors for how they look.
Yeah.
But in terms of, like, the console I'm going to pick up to play, it's always a 3DS or a Game Boy Advance SP.
Yeah.
Always. They fit in my hand nice, they're comfortable, they're backlit, they're rechargeable.
Yeah.
There's none of that issue, and, like, that's without modding.
Mm-hmm.
That's before you mod it. So you can pick up a stock Game Boy Advance SP from a garage sale, and as long as it works, it's fucking great.
Yeah.
Play and go.
Yeah. Because you could also use the Game Boy Color and games into it, which made it possible to play your classic color games with the backlit.
Yes, so they're backwards compatible with all Game Boy games. So original Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance all work on there, which is sick.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Yeah, exactly. That's just that's something that they could learn from in the consoles they're making now. Really.
Well, that's it, man. I mean, Xbox has done a pretty good job of it this generation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can grab an original Xbox game and put it on my Xbox right now and it'll play.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. Which is cool, but PlayStation was so hard against that,
Yeah. And me basically always have had PlayStations. It's just, it sucks ass that because usually I replace my console with the newer one and I don't keep the old one. So basically all your old games, you can't work them and play them anymore. So,
and it sucks, man, because sometimes you get that itch where, like, the only game you want to play is one that you played 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell me if I start fucking humming from the windows to the walls, you're not going to want to go and play Need for Speed Underground 2.
Right.
Like, dum-dum-dum. Like, you're gonna. Tara was doing it the other day. I don't know how it came into her head.
Yeah.
But she was singing that song, and all I got in my head was that gold skyline from the intro screen. I'm like, I have to play that on my holidays. God damn it, babe, So...
yeah, for me, sometimes I get that feeling to play Dino Attack or something with dinosaurs.
Dino Attack?
I don't remember.
Dino Crisis?
Dino Crisis, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, right. I was like, Dino Attack? What is that, like Aldi's version of fucking Dino Crisis?
Alright, let's get back onto the Game Boy.
Little Jimmy, we bought you the game you really wanted for Christmas. Opens it up. Dino Attack? Yeah, thanks.
That's really basically what...
Crisis.
I'm sorry, Mom, but when I asked for a game to play on the PlayStation, like a Final Fantasy game, because I kind of got into it because of friends. So my mom was really sweet and bought me the game. But instead of the English version, she brought me the French version. And I was like, I can't read this. I can't... What do you want me to do with this?
That's not even one of those games that you can feel your way through either.
No.
Like, it's so dialogue heavy.
Exactly.
Man, actually, whatever. I know we're already halfway through our time, but I had this memory. Where do you ever get like those random pop-up shops in the middle of your malls that sell like really cheap weird games, and you're like, "What the fuck is this?"
No.
So we get those here sometimes, and like, it's always like just shitty games or whatever. And my nan bought me a game once for my Xbox 360. And I had never heard of it before. It was called Oblivion, right?
Okay.
This is before I used the internet too much. And at home I start playing it. I'm like, man, this game is too hard. Fuck this game. Like, I'm done with it. Put it to the side. My friend Woodsy comes over, and then he's like, bro, you have Oblivion? I'm like, yeah, that's fucking shit. He's like, nah. Let me get you out of the sewers. You'll be fine. So he gets me out of the sewers, and then that was it. I had every achievement for that game, over 1,000 save files.
Wow.
It was the game. It was the predecessor to Skyrim.
Yeah,
It was Elder Scrolls 4, and I had no idea what it was. No idea. So yeah. Anyway, now we've explored that. Any other reasons why we should collect Game Boy Colors, Toby?
They have a lot of collectible colors and like special skins and everything. With like, I think I remember a friend of mine having one with a tribal tattoo on it in silver and black.
That wasn't even a skin. That was actually a straight up edition they did.
Okay.
It was a tribal edition. They did a red one, a blue one. There's a silver one. I believe there's a pale gold one. There's so many different colors. Yeah. And then there's all the special editions on top of that. I have an All Blacks one, not because I like rugby, but because it was black, and I was at that time in my life where I just wanted things to be black.
Yeah.
And so that was what I got for Christmas, So cool, thanks, good for me. I still have that one. I also have a silver one that our good buddy and pal of the show, Drunken Hobbyist, sent me as a gift. Oh. And it has this ungodly Batman decal on it, like all over it, and I hate it. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and I've spoken to him. If he's okay with it, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that into my project Game Boy and mod that out for myself to be my new playing one.
Perfect.
But I have a blue one from Tara, my black one, and the silver one from Drunken. So, and there's so many different colors. Like, just go looking, you'll love it. There's different Pokemon ones. Like, there's an Emerald one, a Ruby, a Sapphire. They're pretty hard to get, but if you find one at a garage sale, buy that fucker.
Yeah.
Sweet. Another good reason to collect them is they have a really good game library. Once again, not only because of what was released during the time of the console's life, but due to backwards compatibility, they can play anything from the previous console generations. So, you want to play fucking anything from the original Game Boy Color, you want to play Pokemon Crystal, like whatever, it's there, it's backlit, it's great. Go for it.
Yeah, that's it. Like, having a good console is one thing, but having the games to go with it, that's just a bonus, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many good consoles that have failed because they didn't have the games. What? I mean, even Xbox.
I mean, the PlayStation
Xbox
5
doesn't win the
Come on, how many games does it have?
God of War, the second God of War was chef's kiss though.
Yeah, but come on, how many games are there? You can count them on your two hands, right?
That was all I needed. That's the reason I bought the PS5. Spider-Man 2.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, and so I can replay Ghost of Tsushima. But that's on PC now, I think, so I don't even need to worry, I think.
Awesome.
Anyway, yeah, cool. I'll let you get the next one, brother.
Yeah, they're also very moddable. I think we'll go into the mods a little bit later.
Yep.
So,
but they're a very good platform.
Yeah. I'm not sure about space in there, though. Are they spacey? Can you do a lot with them? You can?
You can. We'll go into it.
Alright.
People are very dedicated to modding this. There's a lot of fans of this console online, so there's a lot of R&D.
Okay. Cool.
We'll go into it. The other really cool thing is they display well. Very easy to put on a shelf. Actually easier to display than a Game Boy Color, because Game Boy Advance SP, at least, is rectangular, and you can just plonk it down.
Yeah.
It's very easy. The other Game Boy Advance, not as easy, but still cool.
Yeah.
Just get yourself those the geode stands that I was talking about off eBay, the clear ones.
Yeah.
I paid $15 for like 10 of them.
Okay.
Don't bother buying Game Boy stands because they'll charge you an arm and a leg for them. Just buy the clear geode stands off eBay, like stone stands.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And they look great.
Fair enough.
Yeah, cool. Alrighty. We'll go on to what sort of mods there are for this thing then. Yeah, since you asked me, I'll go into it because I've looked into this quite thoroughly. So, they have the first one. Like, the first one that you'll notice is they do lots and lots of shell mods, so different shells for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking nearly every Pokemon you can think of. They have a themed one, usually in a cool see-through colour.
Mm-hmm.
I found Neon Genesis Evangelion ones online.
Oh.
I found Naruto ones. I found fucking, like, all the colours you could think of. See-through green, or see-through, like, glow-in-the-dark, neon green-looking colours. Like, everything, dude. So many different ones, and like AliExpress, all those places, even they have them.
Nice.
So it's like if you got one sitting around that's beat up as fuck, you just buy that and replace it, give it a new lease on life. They also have LED mods which go on top of where your buttons are, so when you turn it on, they shine through your see-through shell that you've just modded onto your Game Boy Advance.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's like RGB for your fucking Game Boy. And everyone knows RGB makes your games better. It's facts. It's better performance.
Sure.
Obi can't argue with this because he puts them in his Warhammers, so...
And my Warhammer do go fast.
That's right, they do. Another one as well, a very common mod, is USB-C charging. That's a mod. You can get headphone jacks. All sorts of amazing shit like that. Like, people go crazy. Some of them even change the form factor into a more, like, Game Boy Color-shaped console. So, I can't remember the exact name of the mod, but there's a company that sells, like, literally, like, cast aluminium cases in different colors, and you can turn it into, like, a vertical, like, tablet style, but it's got the Game Boy Advance screen and, like, the buttons, and it plays the game. It's really cool.
Oh, okay.
Like an analog pocket. So, yeah. There's heaps of mods, and you can go down the rabbit hole for days on YouTube, watching people mod them, watching people repair them. It's fucking sick.
Okay.
That's how I ended up with my fucking multi-tool Amazon repair kit that I keep next to me.
Yeah.
It made me want to tinker with things, yeah. See?
Oh, that's actually pretty extensive.
Yeah. $30.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad. Better quality, but it's like a rip-off iFixit almost, you know?
Yeah, well.
It's really cool. Anyway, Obi, do you have any fun childhood memories with the Game Boy Advance?
Honestly, I think the biggest one would be... because I don't think I owned one, but I borrowed one from a friend. I don't remember.
Okay.
I think I borrowed it. And I borrowed the Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku game, and I played that extensively. So many times. Just getting to that point where you get to fight against Frieza was just, oh, so awesome.
Is that the end of the game, when you fight Frieza?
Yeah. Yeah, it made me wish that there was more, but, you know.
I think there is a sequel to that, right?
I'm not sure.
I think there... I'm Googling it. You keep talking, I'm Googling it.
Oh, well, there wasn't really much more to say, but that game was so cool.
Surely you have more things. There is a Legacy of Goku 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, Legacy of Goku 2. They continued it.
Well, there you go.
Looks like it's got trunks on the front and shit there. That's pretty sick, bro.
That has to have the Cell Saga then.
Surely.
Mm.
I'm Googling it. Story. Cell Saga, yep. Even has Cooler in there, which is kind of cool in a Cell Saga, like in a side thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I wonder if they did a number 3. Did they? Nah, they got Boo's Fury, which must be the next one.
Yeah, no.
It looks very similar.
Yeah.
Dude, they have all 3. That's sick as.
Okay. Yeah.
All on Game Boy Advance.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not much to say. I think that's pretty much the only game I played on that console because I didn't have
Oh.
Like, this is usually the case with me. I get a console and I only have like a few games, and that's it. Like, this day and age,
Bro,
you
I
have
think...
so much more games to play.
Seriously, I think that was very common for kids in our day, though. Like,
Yeah.
you got a console, you got a game with it,
Yeah.
and you maybe got another one or two as the years went on. Like, you didn't just have a game library, you know?
No, exactly.
You had a couple, or you borrowed with friends, or swapped with friends.
Swapped
or,
with friends.
You know, you didn't just have games.
No, that's it. That's the thing that was very common, really.
For sure. Alright, cool. Well, I have some memories. Like I said, I got my Game Boy for Christmas off my lovely, dearly departed nan and mom. Mom's still around, but you know, got a black one, cool as fuck. I wanted Pokemon Emerald.
Yeah.
My best buddy Justin got Pokemon Sapphire. And we fucking played that shit so much. And I lived probably like, I don't say probably 10 to 15 kilometers away from Justin.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, like in those days, no one would just drive us everywhere, so we used to ride our bikes.
Yeah.
And we had another friend, Matters, who lived at a stop in between, and another friend lived in between as well. So we would literally like go, right, we're going to Justin's, cool, I'm going to stop into Maz's, and you know, he'd give me a call and go, bro, Maz has this Pokemon I need you to pick up for me, because Matters had a Game Shark where he would mod games in for us, like Pokemon in for us. So I'd go, okay, bro, no worries. I'll stop in on the way, and I'll stop into Maz's, pick up the Pokemon, fucking go to Justin's. Like, yeah, Matters was our Pokemon dealer. We just loved those games so much, bro. Gen 3 Pokemon, my favorite.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, none of us had Emerald because we were all, like, sort of done playing it.
Yeah.
Or, like, when it came out, we're like, well, we don't need that. We've just finished Sapphire and Ruby, you know? Like,
yeah.
But, yeah, man, those games were so in-depth. They even had, like, you could learn Braille and things like that to unlock the Reggies and shit. It was wild.
Okay,
wild.
Yeah, no. I didn't play any Pokemon games after Crystal, so
get yourself a means to play those Gen 3 games, which we'll talk about off air.
Not me. Not you're
Alright.
trying to influence me and buy the more shit. Come on.
No. I'm trying not to influence you into buying it.
Okay.
In this economy, come on.
Oh.
Alright, so just quickly though, the best games for the console, like there's a few really good ones. Obi, I'll let you take it away, bro.
Super Mario Advance 4, which is basically Super Mario 3 from the SNES.
Yeah, exactly. It's the one where you get the Tanuki tail and shit. I'm sure they added a few features, but basically what it is. 3rd gen Pokemon, Emerald, Sapphire, Ruby. Nothing more I can say. Obviously, you can play all the older Pokemon too, but like, peak Pokemon in my opinion. I'm not a Gen 1er, I'm a Gen 3er. I love that shit.
Yeah. Mario Kart Super Circuit.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the first?
It's not really a Nintendo console.
Is that the first kind of racing game by Nintendo?
I think it's pretty similar to the Mario Kart from SNES, but just a little better, like a little upgraded.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, it's not a Nintendo console without a Mario Kart game on it these days. Like from SNES on. The one that we just talked about before, Legacy of Goku. Yeah. And obviously its sequels, you know, if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan like us, that is a must.
Yeah.
They're a bit shitty, but they're also shitty good, you know?
Okay, maybe I'm talking with the nostalgia glasses, but I enjoyed that game. Even with its...
You know what? Yeah, if you have any respect for Akira Toriyama, you go play those games.
Yeah.
For Toriyama Sensei. The other one is Metroid Zero Mission. I did too. Oh well. Anyway, Metroid Zero Mission. It's sort of its own thing. I think there's another Metroid game too, but it's very much like Super Metroid, but a different game. But like that sort of level of game. I think there's 2 of them on the Game Boy Advance that people really like. So definitely worth a go. If you find them cheap, give them a crack.
Mm-hmm. Another classic Nintendo game, would be Zelda, and this game would be Link to the Past.
Yeah, which is the one from the Super Nintendo as well. I think they did a multiplayer aspect to it, but it is basically, yeah, Link to the Past.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, you got anything else to add to Game Boy Advance's Obler?
Not really. Like I didn't have much experience with it besides borrowing the console.
Did you just say cannot?
What?
Cannot really. It sounded like you just pronounced "not" like it had a K in the front of it. Like,
is that not how you pronounce it?
It's cannot. How you do it, man?
Don't you say knife?
No, you say cannot. Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's late. Oh, I need to sleep.
Oh, it is so late, bro. It is so late. Sweet. Well, it's been fun. We'll catch you guys soon for the next bonus episode.
A bonus
Don't forget
episode
to come on Patreon.
Or a full one.
Yeah. Or a full one. I don't know. Just next time. Don't forget to subscribe to Patreon if you love us. If you don't, I understand, but you should because we're cuddly. Join the Discord because, we're on the Discord and we're cuddly.
Some more than others.
Some more than others, and we'll catch you around. Until next time, remember to crank that amp. You missed your cue, Obi.
I did it. No, okay.
We're the Knights of the Haunted Temple, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, sleigh decorate.